Now, welcome to another Mandalorian review cap. This time it is the 6th episode of Season 2, also known as Chapter 14, The Tragedy. And so let's get right to the recap.
There's a lot of tragedy in this episode.
Is there, though? A lot of badass in this episode. It's just...
And it's a tragedy we didn't have it more.
You mean more badass Boba? Instead he got his own show and...
Well,
It's kind of sad watching
spoilers, man. There you go again.
It's a little tragedy watching this and knowing, like, he gets his own show and it's just not as cool as this.
All right, but let's actually get into this.
Oh, yeah. We're not just going to talk about Boba Fett for 10 minutes?
We open with Mando and Grogu traveling to Tython, with Mando kind of training him to take the ball with the Force because he's...
Dang, fair.
He's really excited about Grogu's new trick.
I like when he did the trick and did the whole, got really excited. And he's like, no, I'm not mad.
But that's the fear. Grogu's afraid, and now he's like, yeah, man, you're good. He tells Grogu, we're gonna find that place you belong, and they're gonna take good care of you. But you have to agree to go with them. I can't train you. And it really sounds to me like he's really trying to convince himself that he isn't what's best for Grogu.
Yeah.
That he's the one who has to leave. He's like, I can't do well by him. He has to...
Yeah, I think he realizes now, especially, like, this kid's got some powers. Like, I don't know what to do with that. Like, I could teach him how to fire a rocket off his back or something.
Fly the rocket.
Do some whistling birds, you know? But I can't tell him how to, like, lift a mud horn.
No,
or train him how to do that kind of stuff.
He doesn't think he's what's best for Grogu, so he's preparing Grogu for that and preparing himself. Well, they do see the magic rock, and they can't land too close to it, so they have to jetpack the rest of the way. He puts Grogu on the rock, but is unsure of what is to be done.
It's a seeing stone.
He calls it a magic rock.
I don't care what he calls it. It's a seeing
stone. So I can
stone.
call it a rock. Grogu plays with a butterfly, and then we see Slave 1 flying to where the Razor Crest is parked. It's in the similar vicinity, and he's like, uh-oh. There's probably more bounty hunters after the kid. Mando's like, hey, Grogu, it's time to go. But Grogu manages to activate the stone. He's got a force shield surrounding him.
The what?
Rock.
Yeah, that's right. The stone.
He's got a force field, so that's force shield around him. Mando, assuming that ship is there for him, heads off to buy him some time. But it turns out it's been Boba that's been tracking him. Boba says he's here for his armor.
You have to peel it off my cold, dead body.
Yeah, but he clarifies for his armor, not...
Well, yeah. Well, at first he's like...
Yeah, I know.
Everybody else has been wanting that Beskar lately.
Mando and Boba argue as Mando insists it belongs to someone who has taken the creed, and Boba is like, no, man, this was my dad's, and now it's mine. To show he means business, he's got Fennec Shand up on a rock, training her rifle on Grogu. Boba insists Mando remove his jetpack, and they will lower their weapons, and we can talk about this, because they needed to take the jetpack off of Mando.
Yeah, so curious I didn't say lower your weapon, just take off the jetpack, as if you having that would kind of ruin the rest of the episode.
From Boba's perspective, the jetpack means he could easily go jet off, grab Grogu, and get in their ship and leave before they could catch them.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't make any sense, but at first I'm like, okay, put the gun down, take the jetpack off, and let's talk. Said he's just like, yeah, get that jetpack off.
Jetpack's the problem.
Yeah, we're going to need you to not have that this episode.
Yeah. Well, then Fennec Shand shows off her modded up stomach, saying how Boba saved her.
Modded up.
We've seen that later. And a new ship is pulling in, and Mando is freaked out. He runs up to try and get Grogu, and is repelled again. The stormtroopers are here for Grogu. Boba and Fennec attack them.
Yeah.
Because they swore to Mando that the child would be protected. The deal was, give me the armor, and we're protecting you and the child, and whatnot. Well, Boba gaffy sticks some stormtroopers, looking badass and brutal, while his theme music plays.
Yep. All good.
The troopers are using a mortar and are setting up an E-web to deal with Fennec Shand because she's just picking them off. The mortar loosens up a giant rock, which is inconvenient for the E-web because she pushes the giant rock right onto it.
The E-web tries to, like, blast the rock.
What else can it do? They're too heavy to move.
I don't know. I might get out of the way.
You got to save the E-web. That's more important than a stormtrooper life.
Well, I mean, to the Empire, yeah, but
do not matter to the Empire. The E-web is valuable equipment.
Sure. But I mean, if I'm the guy on the E-web, I'm thinking, my life greater than the E-web.
E-webs can stop rocks, right?
Apparently not.
Well, Boba kills more troops and then heads on into Mando's ship. Fennec taking out troops of her own when a second troop transport arrives. just when they thought they had
More
everything
fodder.
cleaned up. Mando tries again to get to Grogu, and when he can't, he goes off to fight the troops, right as Grogu's force shield goes down,
like
and
10
he
seconds
takes
after.
a little nappy
Yeah.
nap. Mando goes and saves an overrun Fennec, protecting her with his Beskar, once again the human pincushion.
Not a single shot at anything but that
Nope.
Beskar.
Then a suited-up Boba Fett returns to deal out some punishment. The troopers retreat, obviously afraid of
I
now
like that they
two
just
Mandalorian.
ran from Boba Fett. Like,
Wouldn't
oh,
you?
Well, no, I wouldn't even have engaged him. I'm not that dumb.
Well, they are. So the troopers retreat and they fly out in their ships, which Boba rockets out of the sky.
I was aiming for the other one.
Sure.
I don't know why I like that line. Like, I mean, it looks so badass, but then you realize, like, because that's what I was confused. I didn't remember for the first time. Like, he aimed at the bottom one, but hit the top one and got them both. And then he admitted, like, yeah, I was actually,
The calibration's all off. Cobb Vamp was playing with the buttons and
Yeah.
stuff. It's been a while since he's been in the armor.
Yeah, it has been.
He's been snorting the spice with the sandfolk.
He's getting lizard creatures up his nose. Spending some time in the back to
Moff Gideon then sends out the Dark Troopers after Grogu.
shut up, open with the Dark Troopers.
Yeah, it was a simple...
Well, first he blows up the Razor Crest because we needed to get rid of the ship that I just pre-ordered days before for the Vintage Collection. ASLAB.
Then it's goodbye Razor Crest as it's hit from the sky.
Yeah, I just said that.
And Boba heads to his ship. Well, but I have to read the notes in the order.
Why did they blow up? I mean,
Boba's
Boba
ship wasn't...
Fett's fire spray ship. What do we call
Slave
it now?
One.
Yeah,
That's
I know,
what it's
Slave One. Yes, it's Slave One, but
It wasn't landed right next to Mando's ship. He flew a
well,
little,
yeah. I mean,
he
they
picked
knew
his
what
own
the Razor
landing
Crest
spot.
was. Don't get me wrong,
Why
but
would you hit that random ship? You might think that they were bounty hunters, perhaps working for you.
do you care?
Or a local.
Yeah. So what? But now Mando
They
still
don't
has a
want
way
to draw
off
too
planet.
much attention.
From what? They're on
The New
Tython.
Republic.
How is that drawing any
Well,
more
if
attention?
you blow up some civilian ship, they're like, I saw it.
Civilian
I
ship?
saw it. They don't know what the ship is.
They should have blown
They
it up
probably
too.
do. Maybe the logs still be like, oh, that's Boba Fett's ship. We don't shoot Boba Fett. Boba ship works for Vader.
Vader's gone.
Yeah, but they don't know that Boba Fett's a bad guy. Like, to them. To them, might still be considered an ally.
With the prices, right? Yeah, but
Right.
he's been cracking some
Not to mention, he's probably
stormtrooper
got
skulls.
some stuff in his ship that's like,
That's cool.
don't shoot me and stuff.
Like,
I don't
I'd
know,
ra-
like secret hidey stuff. Like maybe
Maybe-
they couldn't find them on the radar. If they didn't
maybe
visibly see them, it wouldn't.
Moff Gideon is a Boba Fett fanboy. He's like, I want the ship. I mean, we know he likes Mandalorians, right? Well, we think we know. And not that Boba Fett is or isn't a Mandalorian.
Can we just continue on with the
Oh.
go through here? Or you're just gonna just randomly tangent
just
off
gonna
on your
ramble
own?
about this
'Cause-
for about an
no,
hour.
No, Gideon sends the Dark Troopers out after Grogu. It's a simple snatch and grab for them, as Mando can't make it back to him without his jetpack.
Grab your jetpack, buddy.
Well, he didn't. He didn't grab his jetpack. Boba is in his ship now because Fennec told him after the Razor Crest was blown up to, hey, you should go and get in your ship because it's a sitting dock, really.
Yes.
But Boba gets in his ship and he pursues to see where these troopers are going, and he sees the Imperial cruiser before returning to the ground.
The Empire's back.
The Empire's back. He's probably like, yeah, payday. Not
Like, did he even know they were gone? I mean, he kind of woke up and spent some time in the desert.
Probably.
Yeah,
He's
I
heard
know.
things. Mando mourns the loss of his ship and his little friend. He does find in the wreckage the little ball Grogu loves so much to play with. He also found the Beskar spear, which is important. Boba,
Quest item or something?
it's not a +1 Beskar spear. It's just a Beskar.
No, it's just a regular Beskar spear, but still valuable.
Boba then proves to Mando that the armor is his. It turns out Jango was a foundling
Interesting.
and he even fought in the Mandalorian Civil War. So if he's a foundling, he's a Mandalorian. Because
By creed.
By creed. Just because Boba didn't take the creed because he lost his father at a young age, maybe Boba would have taken the creed. We don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know. We don't know what kind of Mandalorian he was going to grow up to
Blame
be.
Mace Windu.
But he was deprived of a father figure, I guess.
Hashtag blame Mace Windu. I think that's going to be our keyword for the
Blame Mace.
for the episode. Blame Mace. Got to hashtag it though.
Boba and Fennec, though, are going to honor the fight and everything they had with Mando, and they're going to work with him until Grogu is returned. They said they're in. You get us a plan, we will help.
We will honor it.
And then they give Mando a ride to Navarro because he's going to see Marshal Dune. to find out, can you look up some information in the Republic prison system about a Miggs Mayfeld? Because he wants Miggs to help find Gideon's ship, so Mando's going to liberate him from prison. Which Kara's not exactly down with. She's got a new job and title and stuff, and yeah. But Moff Gideon then goes to check on his prize, who's using the Force to fight off stormtroopers.
Fight them off? You mean toss them around like ragdolls?
Yes. Then Grogu is kind of sleepy from his use of the Force, which is probably the only reason Moff Gideon came in at this time. Moff Gideon shows him the Darksaber, and he kind of taunts Grogu with it.
It's like, look how cool my lightsaber is.
Yeah, he just kind of sits around taunting Grogu with it before having him shot with a stun, telling his officers to send Pershing a message that they have the child, or as they call him, the donor.
Yes, and this was an excellent episode. You gotta love Boba Fett in this episode.
In this episode specifically.
Specifically this episode, he is
fantastic. Specifically in this episode.
Yes.
Though his stunt double wasn't you could tell it was a stunt double.
What are you saying?
It was a little less padded than Tamora Morrison was.
I think he was a little more spry. Look, Tamora Morrison's awesome, but
he's an older gem.
He is a bit older, yes, but clearly whoever was doing a lot of it was with the helmet off. He was kicking some ass with no helmet on, I think. Yeah, he did.
He did.
So there you go. So
then he put that helmet on, and this is an all new beast.
Yeah, it was energized him by replacing the actor.
Mm.
But no, a fantastic episode. I love this episode. I'm not the biggest Boba Fett fan, but this was so cool to see. And so anyway, that's all we got for you this time. So do take to the comments below. Let us know what you thought of this episode, and let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.